Hello, 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 and welcome to another RTAppetizer. Today, we are facing someone in the Asia server. They go for Crackle, Zahak, Strays, Aiden, and Rylet. I go for Arwell, Rowana, Flitica, Zio, and Bryceria. They ban out the Bryceria, and I ban out the Crackle. Let's jump into it and see how things went. So, Zio is going to be going first. That is a very fast Zahak. It's about 280, 285-ish speed. So I'm going to go ahead and push back the Zahak. Aiden is too far back, so there's no reason not to S2 here, just to give some extra damage and to try and strip the evasion off of the Rylet, just in case. I'm going to reset this Strays, so he can't really do too much. It really doesn't matter either, because I'm just going to go ahead and kill him as well. Put a barrier up on everybody. The whole squad has skill nulls, so I can eat pretty much anything at this point. The question just becomes, do you want to S3 here when both of your units are going to be coming up next anyway? They are going to go S3 into Zio. Nothing. As expected. They're also going to break the skill null off the Flitica. And then Rylet is just going to go into the Flitica, obviously, because they're not going to be able to kill the Zio at this point, which is understandable. Rowana is just going to hold on to her skills for now. And by that I mean I'm going to pop the S3 immediately. Kill the Zahak, go into the Aiden. That does count as a hit, so it does reset her counter. Her counter, I guess. But eventually I will hit this Aiden. As I do there, go in with the S3, kill her as well. Rylet is going to go in and blind my Zahak, which is not great. Going to go ahead, strip just the attack buff, which is highly unfortunate. I hit him, but I didn't quite strip the evasion. If I stripped the evasion, I would have had no problem just trying to S1. But instead, I S3 to get Deify back up, and they do Desecrant counter. Rowana thankfully hits. Arwell doesn't. So I just have to hope that this does not go into Zio. If it goes into Zio, I think we lose. It goes into Zio. Yeah, so this was immensely close. If it had gone into either Rowana or Arwell, I think I win that fight, because Zahak can just overwhelm the Rylet before he can do much. Also, now he's just going off with extra attacks and extra hits and everything. So it's a little unfortunate. I had a 33% chance to get absolutely dumpstered, and I got absolutely dumpstered, but that's the game. Let's jump into a next one, though. And here we have another one against someone in the global server. Surprisingly, they go for Crackle, Arwell, Aiden, Ahmed, and LQC. I go for LRK, Sharoon, Lone Crescent, Balana, Rowana, and Ahmed. Not Ahmed. Arya. I ban their Ahmed. They ban my Arya. So let's jump into it, see how things go. So their Aiden is going to go first. It's kind of bulky, kind of not, which is fine. They are just going to S3 into the Lone Crescent Balana. I have to hope that it's not hyper damage. It is not hyper damage. I am just going to S3 here to try and proc the Aiden to get some heals up and some barriers and all that kind of stuff. It does work perfectly. I'm trying my Sharoon out on Flawless Garments to give her some more ER as well as some extra effectiveness, just to see how that works. Didn't end up stripping anything off of the Arwell, which is a little rough, but what are you going to do? I am going to S3 here into the LQC to put Vigor on Balana, because I think she will need it for this LQC. Arwell does have her S3 available, so she is going to try and stun the LQC, LBC, whatever. It's some amount of letters. I am going to try and reset the LQC. No dice. Rowana duels. Doesn't really matter. My LBC... Oh god, this is going to be so difficult with LQC and LBC. My LBC is very healthy at the moment. But just in case she dies, I'm going to put the revive buff on her. Just in case. I haven't seen Hellcutter go off at all. So I quickly find out this is a Portrait of the Saviors LQC. Doesn't quite kill, though, which is great for me. Aiden's coming up next, though, and she will kill. So thank goodness I put the revive up. But I am now in Sigurd range, which is kind of nice. So I'm just going to go into this... I think I go into the Knackle. I do, to try and provoke a counter. Get a speed buff on the LBC, but that's not the best buff to have on her. It's going to get stripped anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I am going to counter, hit everybody, which does a good amount of damage to the team. And right now, I need to work through this bulk, so I'm going to start hitting LQC. I'm just throwing attacks everywhere, because I don't know what I'm doing, and I never have, and I never will. Just to get some counters. No salvo, but they're going to self-salvo, which is fine by me. It just essentially heals me back up and gives my team CR, so I'm fine with that. No hitting the Aiden. A little rough, but what are you going to do? Going to go into the Knackle. Hope she counters. She does not. Going to S3. Hope that the Aiden counters and the Knackle counters. Just as many counters as possible, please. I would appreciate it. Thank you. No salvo. And I don't think Aiden had her counter, but I don't remember. Just going to go into the LBC, which is fine. That almost kills, which is terrifying. But they can't kill with just Arwell. So I am going to go ahead and gain back a 5k HP, which is ludicrous, on my S1. LRK is going to S3. Hopefully this kills the Arwell. If it kills someone else, that would be great. It does provoke a counter from both the Aiden and the Landy. But the thing to note is that this Aiden is lifesteal. So I essentially have one chance here. I need this to hit. If not, I need this to kill. So I do miss, but it does look like it's doing a good amount of damage, which is pretty nice. Not quite, though. Rowana, if you want to hit and crit, maybe? Nope. It lives with 400 HP. And it has its S3 up. And I don't have any damage mitigation anymore, so LCB is dead. And now, the Aiden just has so much health. I'm going to try to just luck sack a couple of Venoms here or there, just to see what I can do. Rowana hits, which does more damage than it has any right doing. I am just going to S3 here. Not until Sharoon dies am I going to give up. But not enough. Sharoon dies, and then one final hit for the road. I hit, I get the Venom, not anywhere close. So, that was a good game. The Lifesteal Aiden came back to bite me in the butt, but it was very close. I almost killed with LCB. I don't know if I needed like one more stack or what, but very close, very, very close. One more, though. So here we have the final match of today. We are facing someone in the Korea serval, in the Korea serval. You know, like the cat, this fancy cat. It's like a big cat, but it's not like a super big cat. It's like a medium cat. Anyway, they're in the soulmate, Gil. It's me, Kermit the Frog.
I'm just gonna do this voice for the intro, so you're gonna have to deal with it. They go with LRK, Fire Lelias, Aiden, Pyra, and oh my goodness, is that Silverblade Araminta? Well, I end up going for Lua, Yolhaz, the Hawk, Bryceria, and Flirtica. I think I have a pretty good team here. They ban out the Lua, and I ban out the Pyra because I hate Pyra. So let's just jump into things, see how it goes.
I'm done with that. Thank you for bearing with me. You probably didn't. You probably turned off the TV and left. Aiden's pretty far back. No reason not to S... Well, actually, I don't want to S2 here because I don't want the LRK to, you know, kill my soul. Thinking back on it, I probably should have gone into the Fire Araminta. I do not want to get provoked by the Lelias, so I'm just going to S3. No S2, because, like I said, I would just get provoked, and that wouldn't be great. I don't end up killing the Aiden, but that is what Bryceria is for. Bryceria is just going to S3, do a good amount of damage to everybody. Yoha gonna go into the Silverblade Araminta. She does land the burn, she does do all this, and she's on Siraren, I believe, and gets the double sleep. They're not gonna S3, which is smart, so that they don't wake up my entire team. And now that everybody's awake, they can S3, and actually they can't because I forgot I reset them. However, the Silverblade Araminta pushed herself up a lot because she was the one brought with the dual attack, which is very bad. This is like a crit damage Siraren Silverblade Araminta, which is terrifying and strange. But, you know, I guess that's fine. Yolha's just kind of sitting there. Everybody else is fine. They're going to go into the Bryceria, proc the Immortality. No stuns or sleeps or anything. Yolha's now at half health. So she's a bit of problem. They're going to Soul Burn, get another burn. Do that. Nothing strange. But I'm just going to S1 into the Silverblade, kill her. Yolha wanted to help, but she really didn't have to. So down goes the Silverblade Araminta, but they still have two very bulky boys on their team. So the Lelias is going to S3 here. They don't have crit damage buff. They don't have someone with high attack. And because of Yolha, Zahak ends up living. Yolha does her extra attack, which provokes the Yolha, which is great because that means I get to S2 with Zahak, cycle back to his S3, and I get to kill the LRK. So now it is Seal Elias versus an invincible Zahak and a Yolha who is very hungry. So Yolha is just going to grab her snack and eat it. Doesn't quite kill because she missed, but that's fine. If Zahak misses, he'd still kill, but he ends up hitting her on the 30-70, I believe. Because normally it'd be 50-50, but, you know, symbol of unity. Yeah, that. But anyway, that was a really good fight. We got to see some interesting units we don't usually get to see with the Silverblade Araminta, especially a crit damage Siraren Silverblade Araminta. Very interesting tech. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead and hit... Oh god, I'm dying! Hit the like and the subscribe button. If you did not like it, then you clearly are still bitter about the Silverblade Araminta nerf, like, oh god, 3 years ago? 2 years ago? What is time? How does time work? And if you felt incredibly ambivalent about the entire thing, have you gotten a PS5 yet? Because you should.